So I decided to challenge myself to make 3 games in only 1 week, because I like to suffer. I also recorded the clips for these separately, so let's see what I did with the first game, shall we? There's this one quote from Albert Einstein: "The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result." That guy was apparently smart, so let's test that theory. So I opened up a new Unity project and started making some buttons. And eventually, after a little while, I had a system that would randomly pick a number when the button was pressed multiple times. Then I made some sprites to represent those random numbers. I also made some particle effects using Unity's particle system in order to make it juicy. And while the game fit the concept pretty much perfectly, it was kind of boring because there was no challenge to it. You could just keep going on and on. Then I added some post-processing effects to make it look a little better. And after that, I added a score and high score system. And then I added this blue coin, which would appear if you tried to press different buttons, so you couldn't just farm points, because that was an exploit that needed to be patched. And then I finished off the save system that would save your high score every time you closed and reopened the game. And all of that was done in about 4 hours. Then I went onto SFXR to get some sound effects to make the button pressing seem that little bit more satisfying. After that, I started work on a main menu. It was looking kind of boring though, so I added some disco lights, which took me way longer than it should have. After that, I made some buttons for the main menu and set them up, all that boring stuff. And then I added the disco lights and the party lights, which I made using Unity's particle system, to the main game where you're pressing the buttons, because there is no other main game. And then after all that, I uploaded it to itch.io for Windows and also Android, because I don't know what's happening with iOS. I don't know how to export it or upload it or anything. I need help. Now for the second game, I literally spent about less than 2 hours actually making it, so I'm just gonna give you this very fast time lapse. And this is the third one, and the best one in my opinion, so okay, here you go, I guess. So I started a new Unity project and made some code that would generate a path. Then I modeled a street in Blockbench, and now our path is now street, because street is good. Then I made a skateboard, because skateboard. This will now be our player. Then I got into Blockbench again and made some simple obstacles like this ramp and the crate. That's it. Then I found this weird issue where the player would get stuck randomly, and it wasn't good. After about 3 days, I finally fixed this issue, and all I had to do was change the player into a bean. And that was me making 3 games in 1 week, and it was terrible. Bye.